From Wall Street to Main Street, this is Lalate.
It's a big evening across the country as we go into Monday morning. And guess what? New updates have happened for your $1,400 third stimulus check. Those new updates, exclusively reported on this channel, are that $1,400 third stimulus check has a third wave. That third wave started last Friday. It effectuated over the weekend. The new drop for the third wave is this coming Wednesday. Meantime, when will the wave for the paper checks be coming? I have all those details as well. Elsewhere, there's incredible new resurgence and concerns about the variants. And I have the new video from the CDC and Dr. Fauci talking about the variants. Elsewhere, a push for reoccurring stimulus checks like you've never seen before. Further out in the future, new video from the White House, from the Vice President, new video from the President. And also, new video across the board as we try to figure out what day and when that $1,400 third stimulus check is landing. I have all the exclusive details right now as we go into a big evening of Evenings Lalate. This Sunday night, starting right now. Everybody, it's Sunday evening, and guess what? Across the country, the excitement's brewing as a $14 third stimulus check wave number 3 is underway. This is the third wave of the $1,400 third stimulus check, especially for SSI, SSDI, and Social Security Railroad benefits. I have all the incredible great news for you, and includes people on Direct Express. How are you? It's a Sunday night. Doing well? Did you crush the weekend? Don't let Monday crush you. It's gonna be a great week. I'm really excited for you. A great week as $1,400 third stimulus checks to 30 million Americans that have been unpaid will and are going out. I have all the details. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to this channel. You don't want to miss a single event happening this coming week because, boy, it's gonna be a roller coaster. And I think that tomorrow is going to be the big announcement days. Yes, for a lot of things, and they're going to be covered in this recording. Also, like this video. It really helps in the algorithm rankings. Let's go 2,000-3,000 likes. Also, I'm in the live chat right now. Say hi. Hey, how are you? Say hello right back. It's great to always interact with you in the live chat. And if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. You'll get access to the PDFs, which are really at issue, including the new bill for reoccurring stimulus checks delivered over the weekend. Boy, that is a big one. Let me get to the breaking, developing news. A third wave of $1,400 third stimulus checks went out Friday. This channel has been exclusively reporting this weekend. Tomorrow, Monday, would likely be the day in which Treasury confirms this channel's exclusive reporting. How do we know the checks went out? A series of reasons. Number one, we had that message from your head of Social Security that ensured that Americans got their stimulus checks. This message was late Thursday, early Friday. All in past tense, he wrote, once we were free to move forward, we aggressively worked with Treasury and IRS to issue payments. A sentence issued late Thursday, early Friday, that has three verbs in the sentence. All three verbs are past tense. This was a sentence issued by your SSA head, Mr. Saul. And he made it very clear that the payments had gone out. These payments were sent out to 30 million unpaid Americans, according to Representative Neal, that were unpaid under the second and first wave of the $1,400 third stimulus check. But guess what? As you and I know, and as I've been reporting across this channel, there's more than 30 million Americans who haven't gotten paid that stimulus check, and there's more than people just on SSI, SSDI, Social Security and Railroad benefits who haven't gotten paid the check. More about that later. The great news is that Wave 3 went out Friday. So when are you going to see Wave 3 land, and where are you going to see it land? Stay to the end of this recording because, there's a lot of information in this recording. But the Wave 3 for direct deposit will land this Friday for some viewers. That is March 31st. And will land by mail check thereafter. Between Saturday and Sunday, I got more data about the mail dates as viewers saw new updates from the IRS tool, which now tells them newer dates for mail, which we never had before. More about that later in this video. Understand, this is who is getting a direct deposit of a $1,400 third stimulus check. A person who got the first and second one by direct deposit, a person who has SSI, SSDI, Social Security, or Railroad benefits every month going into a bank or a bank savings account or a checking account like a Chase or Bank America, or a recipient of benefits like that has to go to a Direct Express card, or finally someone who updated their bank account with IRS by filing their 2020 tax return in mid-February. Who is not going to get it to that debit card, to that direct deposit, to that Direct Express? It's potentially everyone in the group that I just mentioned as well. What? Yes. IRS Treasury, Janet Yellen, made clear this last Monday that a large segment of you that would have gotten it by direct deposit will instead get it by the mail. Understand, if you're getting it by the mail, you're never going to get an alert from your bank because it's not coming to your bank. Understand, if it's coming in the mail, you're never going to get an alert from Direct Express card because it's not going to the Direct Express card. It's going in the mail. What percentage of Americans who had the first and second stimulus check by direct deposit getting it in the mail? Treasury's exact words are a large amount of you. Can I calculate as your host of this channel what I think is a large amount? It looks like for the viewers of this channel, it is far in excess of 50% of the viewers of this channel. Yesterday, on Saturday, I asked viewers, do you have any information on the IRS tool about mail? Boy, over the last few days, I've asked that question, and it's been hundreds of thousands of viewers who have the mail result on IRS when they were expecting direct deposit. Moreover, since Saturday afternoon, since Saturday midday, I've had viewers tell me that Saturday night, the tool updated itself to say, guess what? You're getting it in the mail, going from no information to mail information. If you're watching this video so far, about 8 minutes in, and you have no information on the IRS tool, understand this. The IRS tool often has no information for people, and the money just lands. Your bank often has no information and the money just lands. The best indicator of where your money is what's happening with other viewers. So do not worry, do not concern yourself, and do not fret if there is no information about yourself on the IRS tool, the IRS transcript, or your bank or your debit card, because sometimes it just lands. But going back to how many of you would get it by mail and how many of you will get it by direct deposit, it looks like it's going to be over 50%. The great news is that the deposit dates, which I'm going to get to later in this video, are all next week or by the end of next week as well. So it's not like they're weeks in the future. They're all within days of each other. They're all at the same time. This is incredible great news. This is incredible great news. Now, who is definitely not getting a direct deposit? These are the people who are definitely not getting a direct deposit. One, someone who has a representative payee for their monthly benefits. You're not getting the stimulus check at all directly to you, either by direct deposit or by mail. It goes to your representative payee. Number two, someone who claims you as a dependent. That is not going to you, the stimulus check. It's going to the person who claims you as a dependent. Number three, anyone who tried to change their information for their bank account after mid to late February with with a tax return, it's too late. They didn't get to it. Number 4, anyone who has a closed bank account and tried to update that closed bank account, there's no way to do it, so they will attempt the closed bank account, it will fail, and then it'll go in the mail. No worries, because it's still coming in the mail as well. Meantime, here is what you need to know about what's true and what's false for stimulus checks. Number 1, no one on SSI and SSDI have gotten a stimulus check. Oh, that's categorically untrue. I have viewers who got it within 24 hours of when it was passed as law and when the money went out. So that's categorically untrue. Number 2, no one on the Direct Express card has gotten any stimulus checks. That's also categorically untrue. They got it on the March 24th second wave. They did not get it on the first wave, the March 17th. Number 3, people on one type of benefits are getting before another type of benefits. That's also untrue. Some people have been saying crazy things like people for veterans are getting the stimulus checks before SSI. That's also untrue. Additionally, untrue is that if you file tax returns, you're getting a stimulus check before someone who doesn't file tax returns. Not true either. I have thousands and thousands of viewers who file tax returns and have not gotten a stimulus check. So that's also untrue. Additionally, not true, is people who did not use that non-file filing tool in 2020, you're not getting a stimulus check because you didn't use it. That's also untrue. And I gotta tell you what's going on here is that late last week, there was a series of peculiar statements that came out, and they all started from Representative Neal's letter that basically said the reason why you haven't gotten a stimulus check is X, Y, and Z. I got to tell you, 100% of Representative Neal's letter as to why you haven't got a stimulus check is just not true. It's absolutely not true. I'll tell you why. You know why it's not true. Because Representative Neal claims you didn't get a stimulus check because Treasury doesn't know where you are. Well, Earth to Mars, I have hundreds of thousands of viewers who have a result for their name in the IRS tool that it shows that the stimulus check was to land on a particular day, and they didn't get it. So this has nothing to do with Treasury not knowing who you are. They actually have you in their website saying they're paying you a stimulus check, and you didn't get it. So Representative Neal, that's not what's going on. It's not because they don't know where you are, or they don't have the bank account, or they don't have the information about you. Moreover, the 99% of the time of the viewers' channel, the indication is that you were teed up for a stimulus check and just didn't get it. So it's not that they don't know where you are, it's just they didn't get it to you. Why? Not particularly clear. But the great news is the following. I can report exclusively to this channel that a third wave of a $1,400 third stimulus check will land this coming Wednesday. The effective date of the deposit is Wednesday, but banks may release the funds before. One viewer had the funds released over the weekend to NetSpend or MetaBank. The effective date of the third wave stimulus check is March 31st. If that date sounds familiar, it should. It's exactly 2 weeks after the first wave and 1 week after the second wave. First week was on a Wednesday, second wave was on a Wednesday, and the third wave will be on a Wednesday. Which banks will release the funds before Wednesdays and which this Wednesday and which will not? The big banks will not. They will release the funds on Wednesday. The big banks always release the funds on the effective date. They don't release the funds a day earlier, 2 days earlier. Smaller banks like Chime, Cash App, H&R Block, and TurboTax have traditionally released funds ahead of time because they see them pending, and ultimately it's a determination for them a way they operate to do business to release funds sometimes before the effective date of the deposit. Then we have the 24th. The 24th will be a big drop. And here's what you need to know about that big drop. 1, you will not likely get an alert before the drop occurs. I know this is hard in a digital era in which people love to track things. You go on your favorite retail website and you buy a shirt and you track it in the mail and you know when it left Arizona and you know when it's landed in California, you know when it's out for delivery in Los Angeles. You like to track everything, and I do too. Guess what? This one you can't track. Sometimes it just lands. 9 out of 10 times this stimulus check just lands. The second one did as well. The first one did as well. It just lands. So if you go to the IRS tool and you can't find any information about yourself, don't worry. It's just going to land. Second, If you go to your bank and it has no information, it's just going to land. Number 3, if it's coming in the mail, it's just going to land in the mailbox. So here is what need to know. There's ultimately going to be some people who won't get a stimulus check on March 24th. So when would your check land? It's likely to be the mailed checks. And what's that mailed check dates? I'll have that information coming up in a second. But first, here's a little bit about the community page. And coming up right after the commercial break is those new videos from the White House. A new video from the CDC chair, a new series of bills, including the reoccurring stimulus check bill, a video from the White House from the president, and a video from the vice president. That's coming up more. Additionally, how to track your stimulus check if it's in the mail. Stay with me. I'll have all these details coming up after this commercial break. Stay with me in 60 seconds. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join Lalate Daily for the excitement of the new Lalate live daily. The excitement starts on mornings Lalate at 9 a.m. Home Lalate returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons Lalate at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on Lalate. And the excitement continues right now on Evenings Lalate as we go out into the sunset. Another 15 minutes of jaw-dropping news about your $1,400 third stimulus check, Wall Street and Main Street financial news as well. If you have just joined me, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I don't want you to miss a single minute of anything that's happening tomorrow because, boy, tomorrow's going to be a big day. So make sure you subscribe. Also, like this video. It really helps in the algorithm ranking. Let's see if we can do 3,000 likes. And if you're not become a member, consider becoming a member. The link's at the top of the chat and the bottom of the chat. And guess what? I'm in the chat. So say hello. Hey, how are you? Say hello. Boy, Hazard Pay is coming up meantime in 90 minutes after this. So join me on that live chat fest. We'll have a lot of fun. This is what you need to know about that mailed check. A lot of you aren't expecting something in the mail, number one. And it may land in the mail. What is it? The stimulus check. What will come in check form? It could come in check form, or it could come in debit card form. What does the envelope look like? It's white or it's beige. Is it descript? No, it is very nondescript. It looks like junk mail. It is easy to be tossed away. And then ultimately, if you're not looking at the mail, you may toss it away. What we learned over the weekend was what we learned last weekend was that viewers went from no results on the IRS tool to a massive number of viewers getting March 26 result. That result remained ostensibly the same throughout yesterday, where it still said March 26 mail, and they didn't yet get it in the mail. How many viewers? A lot. Thousands and thousands of viewers this channel. This channel does about 500,000 to 1 million views per day. It's the #1 stimulus channel online. So it does an enormous number of viewers, and the SSI and SSDI viewership is enormous on this channel. And people on SSI and SSDI have that March 26 result, but didn't get the stimulus check on the 26th. So what went on? These are the two possibilities. One, the check, well, actually 3 possibilities. One, the check never went out. Number 2, the check did go out, but it's delayed. This is one of the likely scenarios. Why? Because a couple of viewers had it show up on the 27th, very late in the day. And, Sunday today is not a mail date. So we're going to see what happens tomorrow. Tomorrow may be a big day to see if those 26 checks show up on Monday. Did have some viewers have that 26 check show up ahead of time on the 23rd. But here is a new twist. A lot of viewers since Saturday night going into Sunday morning sent me DMs, said, Lalate, you told me to keep on watching and watching. Guess what? The tool updated itself. Wow. I said, what date? Well, this is what happened. Most of the viewers got a date of a mail check for this coming Friday. Yes. Now, if this sounds ironic, it should, because the last mail date was the week before for second wave, and the first mail check date was the week before. Friday for first wave, Friday for second wave, and now Friday for third wave. But then this, a lot of viewers have also gotten alerts from the tool that says not Friday, but the following Monday. So you're going to see stimulus checks land in the mail this week. Some will be early for a Friday delivery, some will land on Saturday, and some will land the following Monday because viewers are getting alerts of the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 5th. Really interesting. What does that date in the corner of the check mean? What does that date for mail mean? It means that the effective date of the check in the corner is that date. It doesn't mean the check is being mailed out on that date. So, for example, if you see May 5th mail, it does not mean it's being mailed out on May 5th. It does not mean you're receiving it on May 5th. It means that the date in the corner of the check is May 5th. So if you were to present it to the bank, you can't present it to the bank to deposit or cash until May 5th. So when would you likely get it? Normally, you would get it 1 to 2 days ahead of time. So this is where the wrinkles are happening. The stimulus checks may actually land a little bit late, and we will see this come in Monday, tomorrow, if some stimulus checks are coming late. Meantime, great news about reoccurring stimulus checks. I'll have more about this $1,400 third stimulus check in a second, but your representative from the Democrats on last week, Talib with Jalapal, introduced a standalone bill. This was not a bill introduced by the president. This was not a bill introduced by 100 or 200 Democrats. Rather, it's a standalone bill. And that standalone bill provides the following: $2,000 stimulus checks for every person in America during the COVID crisis, and additionally $1,000 reoccurring monthly stimulus checks until 1 year after the pandemic's over. Well, God bless her. Isn't that sweet? That's really nice of her. That's really, really sweet. I mean, it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. But that's really kind of her. She wants to give you stimulus checks into the end of 2022, maybe 2023. That's really nice of her. Just never going to happen. You got to love bills that have a wonderful spirit to them, but just absolutely pie in the sky. Just, when just knock it, when when Sir Lloyd comes in and starts to host the show, you're getting stimulus checks into 2022. So what you need to know is that the Democrats there in the House and the Senate, who have written the president a letter, said they want stimulus checks to the end of this year. That's 6 months of checks, 7 months of checks, 8 months of checks. Probably about $2,000 a month. They haven't given the price. That's $12,000, $16,000. Her number, however, is stimulus checks to the end of, a year after the pandemic's over. So if the pandemic's over in, I don't know, September this year, then that would be, 19 checks? So she wants to give you like $32,000 of checks. It's so refreshing to see that someone wants to give you so much money. It's just never going to happen. So God bless her heart. Really kind of her. And I got to say, bless the heart of people who run that story about her bill as though the Democrats have introduced it. No, it's her and one other person who just love money. It just, it's not going to happen. But the president over the weekend spoke about the issue at the border and issued this video in which he appointed his new head to deal with the border crisis. Let's listen into what he had to say.
To deal with it now in terms of in country. And I can think of nobody who's better qualified to do this than this is a woman who ran the second largest Attorney General's office in America after the United States Attorney General in the state of California. and has done a great deal of upholding human rights, but also fighting organized crime in the process. So it's not her full responsibility and job, but she's leading the effort, because I think the best thing to do is to put someone who, when he or she speaks, they don't have to wonder about, is that where the president is? When she speaks for me, doesn't have to check with me, she knows what she's doing, and I hope we can move this along. But so, Madam Vice President, thank you. I gave you a tough job, and you're smiling, but there's no one better capable of trying to organize this for us.
Well, thank you.
Meantime, the Vice President also spoke about children and families that same day. Here was that video. Let's listen to that video.
Because that's the reality. When you deal with the economic condition of America, you must address the economic condition of women. And with that, I will now turn the proverbial microphone over to the chair of our Council on Economic Advisors, Ssi Ssdi.
Thank you, Vice President Harris, and thank you for holding this important discussion. Over the last year, economic activity slowed as we endured a once-in-a-century pandemic, as you just described. Today, over 4 million fewer women are working than a year ago.
One of the issues the president and the vice president championed over the weekend was women getting back in the workforce and getting the type of stimulus they need to get when returning to the workforce. Meantime, let's cut back to what's happening next week before I give you the latest details as well about the stimulus check. Next week, you're going to see the fourth stimulus package. You're going to see it introduced by the President of the United States. It is not going to get from A to B. It will be derailed along the way because the stimulus package has a call for massive raisings of taxes, and Democrats will not support it. I said Democrats, not Republicans. Democrats will not support it. Wall Street may absolutely go into a tear when it hears the magnitude of the tax implications, whether it is capital gains tax, inheritance tax, business tax, and also wealth tax. There is a lot of taxes in there, and ultimately there's going to be a lot of revising to that bill. So what I want you to know as an informed viewer, as an educated viewer, and as a viewer of this channel, that the path for forced stimulus is going to be very confusing at first until we see it go in. So don't think it's going to introduce next week and it's going to go to vote and it's going to get done. No. It's not. When we talk about tow truck and tow hitch, it doesn't even have the tires on the truck at the moment. So boy, it needs a lot of fixing. And I'll be along with you to see when it gets fixed. All right, let's cut back to that $1,400 third stimulus check. What you need to know is the following details. One, the IRS.gov tool does update itself. And if you show no results for your name, there's a series of reasons why. One, it may not recognize the address you're typing in. So don't worry, just fix the address by going to some of these tools where it shows you the address fix that you're not typing in officially. Second, if you try that and it still shows no results, don't worry. People just get checks because the tool sometimes has no results about them. Additionally, you can use the transcript tool where you sign into irs.gov with a username and password, do a transcript for yourself, and see if there are any results for your name. Additionally, the next thing is use the benefits of the viewers of this channel. If you bank at the same bank as another viewer, your check is likely to land at the same time if it's going to that bank. So for example, if you are Bank America and you're waiting for that third wave to land, guess what? Bank America is going to likely drop it on the 31st. And if you hear a viewer on the 31st say, I just got it from Bank America, then check your Bank America account. Additionally, banks will not give you an alert if it's coming in the mail. So the banks throughout this entire process have really been beaten up because people think they have your funds and they often don't. Here's what's going on with the third wave. Viewers have sent me alerts where the banks who do have the funds and have sent alerts saying, guess what, we have it, and we're pending for release on the 31st. This includes Direct Express card. I've had viewers who get alert from Direct Express card saying it's available on the 31st. We have it. We can't release it because it has effective date of the 31st. I've had viewers get alerts from their credit union and also their big banks. But understand again, if you do not get alert, it does not mean you're not getting a stimulus check that day. You may likely get the stimulus check that day in direct deposit. Now, on the other hand, what I want you to understand is that even if you don't get it on that day by direct deposit, you need to watch what other viewers of this channel are saying about their alerts for mail delivery. So if you don't see it occur in your bank on the 31st, it's likely in the mail. Remember, Treasury's advice is that a large number of you get in the mail. I got to tell you, this channel does 500,000 to 1 million views a day. I think almost 50% of you have now indicated you have seen at some point a mail result for this third wave of stimulus check. That's a lot. 50%. So if you're one of the viewers who doesn't have an alert, doesn't have a message, doesn't have anything, you need to presume that maybe it's in the mail. So then what day is it in the mail? This is where we have to watch it as a family. First, viewers have that March 26th date and have still not seen an update. So some people may be getting checks this coming Monday and Tuesday from the 26th drop, the second wave. Number two, people who are waiting for that third wave of stimulus checks, they're getting dates of the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th of April. Guess what? It could land all the way through the 5th of April, and it can also land early. So what I want you to do is watch everywhere. Watch the mail, watch the deposit accounts, and watch every account you have. Remember, the most up-to-date information we have anywhere is you. You know better than anyone else as a family what's happening. When you hear hundreds of thousands of viewers saying, this is happening, I got an alert from Direct Express, then when websites from banks have posted messages or voicemail recordings that are nearly 2.5 weeks old, it's outdated information. It's not new information. You know if you're listening to a recording that's 2 weeks old after Treasury issued a statement, after you have seen these updates, it's old information. And with that, the big news as we're going in the new day is that people are getting a third wave of stimulus checks. One of the real big issues is when the people involved will realize the magnitude of people not getting a second wave of stimulus checks is larger than what they realize. These are the people who are still waiting on stimulus checks. People who file tax returns, people who don't file tax returns. People on benefits, people not on benefits. People who use the non-file filing tool in 2020 and people who didn't. We have a lot of people together as a family who have not gotten a stimulus check. Every day I get a DM or a private message that said, Lalate, I bank at this bank. Why have I not got a stimulus check? Understand you're not alone. Watch these videos. Watch the videos throughout the day because the situation changes throughout the day. Don't feel alone. Don't send a DM and wonder you are in a unique situation. Watch the videos as a family because as a family, you see how a lot of us have the same thing happening and together we'll get through it together as a family. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. This is the community that helps one another and helps everyone get to the finish line. Also, like this video. And if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. Join me next on Hazard Pay. It's in 90 minutes from now, 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'll be in that live chat, so say hi then as well. And then we're off to overnights, Lalate. EIDL at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, FPUC Retro, which is heating up. It may be coming back in the fourth stimulus package at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, followed by early mornings, Lalate, at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. As always, stay informed, stay focused, keep on smiling, stay positive, stay with me, stay laughing, and as always, don't worry about the situation. The situation is going to go from good to great. You're getting the stimulus check. Don't want you to be concerned about anything as we go into a big night and a big morning across the board. There's so much still happening for us. And as we await for stimulus to land next week, there's going to be a lot of news happening in the next few days. Stay with me and stay with Ally for more.